guys, how are you?
Hi,
Good.
pretty good.
Hi. So to start, I'm from right outside of Pittsburgh. What I
Uh,
think is so fascinating about this show is not only does it honor kind of like the feel of living in Western Pennsylvania, but I do like that they were like, we're not messing with these accents because the accents in Pittsburgh are kind of off the rails when you break them down. But for you guys, what was it about filming in Pittsburgh and bringing that Western PA life to screen with American Rust that helped you guys build your characters out as you've worked on the show the past two seasons?
Yeah. Well, I'll take Jeff's words. I mean, it does, I think, inform the show that Jeff has said, you can put the camera anywhere and point the camera anywhere. And there's something like, it's Pittsburgh and the bridges and the rivers and the mountains. And we shot in a lot of cities that had been kind of hard hit economically,
Mhm.
or town or neighborhoods, I would say, outside of Pittsburgh, inside. And that's very moving too to see, the show's kind of about that. And we were shooting in the middle of that. So I think all that informs the storytelling.
Yeah, it's very authentic. The show is very authentic in the people and the locations. I remember when we were trying to get this thing set up somewhere, there was one network that would do it if we shot it in Toronto. And we're going to have to shoot around Tim Hortons. I don't know what that means. It doesn't make any sense to me. So no. And I just said no. And so we ended up in Pittsburgh, and I'm glad we did because the crew we have is Pittsburgh, which, I told them on the last day of season two, they were as good and as professional as any crew I'd ever worked with. It's Pittsburgh. It's tough conditions, and we were shooting over the winter, and 2 in the morning one night, the cameras froze and all of that. It wasn't an easy shoot, but then Pittsburgh's not an easy town, and Buell is not an easy little town, and we captured that with the camera and the storytelling, and that was really important for the show, as important as me and Maura, so.
Yeah.
And
And
I agree too about the accents. I mean, I think Danny sort of decided, he's like, let's not go there. Let's have all of you, let's have a uniform thing in, but I'm from Boston. And so I think there a Boston accent is A, very hard to do well, and B, it's very varied within Boston. There are different levels of what a Boston accent is. So it's interesting you noticed that.
yeah, I've gotten rid of mine throughout the years, but every once in a while a word, I'll for sure sound like I'm from Pittsburgh if I like dive into it. But Jeff, you get to also play. I love like detective stories in general. I think they're so fascinating. And you also get to bring like this cop who's trying to hide things and keep everything to life. What for you is so appealing about a character like that? Because you have played so many different characters throughout your career.
Well, I live in Michigan, live in the Midwest, so that there's a simplicity to us, there's a basicness to it. A little less. No, I mean, once you go to New York, you're taught how to, come out of yourself and all that stuff. But man, there are a lot of buttoned up people in the Midwest, and we don't reveal a lot. And to be able to play somebody like that, which is kind of who I am and where I came from, I'm not all, I can't remember being asked to do that. So when we had a chance to, put the book and get somebody to do it, that was one of the big draws for me, is that I could not only play a little bit of me, but also some people I know that are even more kind of, they don't let you know what they're thinking. And I like that. There's as an acting challenge, that was a new one for me.
Yeah, and we're at the beginning of season two, we get to really see, this mother dealing with her son and kind of struggling. And I interviewed you for Iron Claw, which was a different mother
Yeah.
struggling with her sons.
Yeah.
What and they're so different characters when you look at them on paper. So for you, what is it about this character that is so much more, quote unquote, loving and caring about her kids versus something like Iron Claw that you've done in the past?
Yeah, that character was, I mean, I would say deeply subservient to her husband and God. So Grace is not really subservient to many things. It's just she's a much more balls out kind of mother, um, which is fun to play because she really doesn't care what anybody thinks. She cares what she thinks is best for her son. And as I said earlier today, she really wants vengeance for him that he doesn't necessarily want himself. So she has to temper her desires for him and allow him to live his life what will make him calm and whole and happy.
Yeah. And I will say that makes her very Pittsburgh from all the women I know from
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Look,
Yeah.
thank you guys for talking with me. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait for people to get to see season 2.
Thank you.